Hi, in this video I'll show you how you can achieve this effect using GIMP, and in order to do this you're going to need two images of the same place or the same object taken during different seasons but from the same spot and angle in order to later be able to blend the images together. Now I'm going to use these two images, and I will include links in the description so you can download them and try this with me if you want to. So let's get started. And the first thing I noticed is that even though the images are of the same tree, you see here in this image, which is the summer image, the tree appears smaller and the ground here bigger, and in the winter image the ground is smaller here and the tree is bigger. So the images are not exactly the same. And for the sake of the tutorial, I would say this is a good thing, because no matter how hard you try, when you take your own images, you're probably going to end up with some slight differences. So as you can see, the winter tree is bigger than the summer tree, so we need to scale down the winter tree and make it as approximately the size of the summer tree, and maybe a little smaller. But I already experimented with how much I need to scale it down. In your case, you're going to need to experiment. So grabbing the scale tool, clicking on the image, make sure we are on this image with the winter tree. Then click here on the chain to lock it. And I'm going to type 1600 pixels. Click enter to adjust the height and the width. Then click scale, and this will scale down the tree. Next I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to reduce the opacity of this layer. Make sure you're on the top layer and reduce the opacity so I can see both trees. Then grab the move tool and let's click on the move the active layer. And now let's go ahead and grab this layer with the winter tree and adjust it over the summer tree. Now what I'm interested in mostly is down here the ground. I want the ground to be leveled, so I'm just adjusting this like that. And once I'm ready, I can adjust the opacity of the top layer back to 100. Click here on this layer to see the layer boundary. Then go to the crop tool and click on current layer only. I'm going to click and drag like this current layer only, and being on this layer will allow me to be constricted only in this layer. And once I select the entire layer, just click in the middle to crop the image, but I made a mistake here. I wanted to crop both of them, so I'm just going to do this again and then turn this off, and then click over here to crop both of the layers. Let's see again how the trees are aligned on top of each other. I'm going to select the top layer and reduce the opacity, and it's not perfect, but it's still going to be a good effect. I'm going to change the opacity back to 100, and then I'm going to grab this tool, the rectangular select tool, going to click and drag like this and adjust this side of the selection in the middle of the trunk of the tree over here. Once I have selected this, I'll go to the select menu, feather, and now enter 100 pixels. Now this works good for this image, but if you have, for example, double the size of the image, you may want to enter 200 pixels, or you may want to even experiment with this number. It doesn't have to be 100. Then click OK. Then I'm going to right click over here and add a layer mask on the top layer with the defaults white full opacity add. Make sure I'm selected the layer mask by clicking on it, and then go ahead, edit, fill with foreground color, which is black. Then go to select, none, to remove the selection, and you can see the smooth transition between the winter to summer. We still have some work to do. If I hold down the control key and turn the mouse wheel to zoom in, you're going to see that over here we have some bleeding of one of the image to the other. So grabbing the brush tool, selecting a fuzzy brush like this one for example, adjusting the size a little bit, and then maybe reducing the opacity a little bit, zoom in. Let's reduce it a little bit and try to clean this up. Let's see the top of the tree here. Now over here, in order to hide this, I'll need to switch the colors from black to white. So click on this icon and then paint. Let's reduce the size a little more, so if it becomes too small over here, you can use the bracket keys, the left bracket key to become smaller, and just paint like this. Let's zoom out and see what we have. We can also further adjust this by clicking over here and grabbing the move tool. We can grab this and move it if you want to adjust it further. I'm going to undo with Ctrl Z. You can also move it slightly to the left and the right with the arrow keys, left and right arrow key. Just make sure this is selected, click on the image and then use the left or the right key to adjust a little bit if you want to make more of this visible, for example. And this looks pretty good. I think I'm going to leave it like this. And something else you can do is you can go ahead and select the image, fit canvas to layers option to expand this, and then you can flatten the image once you're ready. So I hope this video was useful, and like I said, I'm going to include links in the description of the video for both of these images if you want to download them and try this yourself. Also check out the first link in the description for my recently created Patreon page. If you wanna help out my channel and what I'm trying to do here on YouTube, you can support me if you want to. And that's it for this video. Bye for now.